Come join Libby and Molly, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we build a resourceful community of collaborative resellers.
Hey y'all, welcome to episode 82 of Consignment Chats. How are you ladies doing?
Doing great.
Doing great. Okay, so you see we have Samantha. Why do we have Samantha? Because it's Samantha Speaks episode.
Yes.
I need a cheering background sound that goes.
You need Doug's Roadcaster,
Yes.
right?
Dougie's Roadcaster. I'm going to get one. I swear I'm going to get one so I can do sound effects during recordings because that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be coming up on 100 episodes before you even know it. And we need to level up our sound game here.
We're in for an upgrade, I think. All right, I'm going to reach out to Doug and let him help me find the right fit for Consignment Chats ladies, because I think when we introduce a Samantha Speak episode, it should come with a big applause.
Yes.
Hold the sign up like we're doing a sitcom.
Or a big crash.
No way.
What's going on over there? What's happening, Samantha? How are you?
Great.
You're giggly. What's going on?
It's just been a week. I don't know. I got my nephews here today. Summer is in full swing up here. It's getting into the 70s during the day.
How hot does it get like in your hot summer months there?
We can, like 90 is really hot, like in August, like beginning of August, we can get that. Sometimes 80s can stay consistent for a little while, but 70s is right where it goes. It got into the 40s the other night. My teeth were chattering when I went outside. So
remind people where you are located.
I am in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, the part that everybody thinks is either Canada or Wisconsin.
All right.
So 70s are my jam. I love 70s, not music. 80s music's my jam. 70s temperature is my jam. But here in North Carolina, it has been like breathtakingly hot. Like the humidity, it's like 85 feels like 94. Like you step out of the door and you're like, you got to gasp, and all of a sudden all the sweat beads, it's just thick.
So we traveled a lot when I was a kid. My dad traveled for work, and we were homeschooled. So my mom would take us wherever he was. And my husband has not spent hardly any time on the East Coast. So he planned a trip to Virginia for our anniversary. It's our 10-year wedding anniversary. But it's the
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's the first week in August. I'm like, it is going to rain and be humid and hot. And
he won't be coming back to the East Coast anytime soon. I'll tell you that much.
It'll be one and done. So the good thing though about the rain is it only comes late in the day. So you get up, you spend the day at the pool or the beach, you get tired, you go home, you have lunch wherever you are, you get home around 2 or 3, and then in come the big thunder boomer storms. And that's a great time to nap or sit on the porch and just watch it happen. We've had a couple of severe, actually, the last 2 days. Lots of trees down from one that, it went through. It was only here for about 45 minutes, but it came in powerful 75 mile an hour winds. But so you'll see rain in Virginia in August, but it's typically short-lived but strong. Comes in the afternoon, and then it's gone.
Yay! I'm excited for you, and we're hoping to be able to do lunch or just meet up with Samantha in person, since we haven't been able to do that yet.
We gotta get our hugs.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
We gotta get our hugs.
So speaking of 10-year, Conchi Consignment just had a 10-year anniversary as well. Is that what I heard?
Conchi Consignment, my consignment business, just celebrated 10 years in business. I'm going to do a little celebration in August, because that was when we opened the store, August 10th, I believe. So I have lots of fun old photos and things like that. So I can't wait to share them with everybody. Yeah, awesome. It's going to be fun.
I can't remember. Nick came up with a name for a sale for that. Now I can't remember. He likes to come up with names for us. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, nice. To remind me. Yeah.
And I mean, in our community, there are people that have been in business for 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we have
10
so much
years is-
knowledge and experience in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's been going on business wise? Do you have any questions? What are you working on?
We've been discussing shipping a lot because I finally
Mhm.
I felt like I had a handle on that. This morning I woke up to a return request, a refund request really, because something I shipped broke, which
Okay.
like hardly ever happens. It was double boxed. It was a metal item that I am not very familiar with car parts and things. So that was part of the
Mhm.
problem. I thought it was packed in many, many, many layers, but apparently not enough. So we've been talking a lot about shipping, and it just goes to show that even someone who thinks they have it all under control can still get those random ones where sometimes you just got to say, here's your $30 back. I'm very sorry.
Yep. Mhm. And you can get into claims and things like that with shipping. Did you ship
Mhm.
it USPS or?
I did. The outside box was not damaged.
Okay.
Because that's the first thing I asked for. He sent me pictures of items and
Mhm.
I replied right away and said, do you have pictures of the box? Because I have previously submitted a claim for some severely damaged, like forklift through an engine type things. I've
Love
shipped some things. Yeah. This one was not damaged. I don't know how this thing broke. I clearly did not do it well enough.
Yeah. I mean, you can still submit a claim. Absolutely submit a claim. USPS is not great about paying them any longer. They really, it's rough, but you can still definitely submit the claim. I always personally like to submit the claim because, if they're monitoring that or they have a route that's rougher than others and they're all of a sudden seeing all these claims on the route. So even if I'm not paid, I do like to at least submit the claim and say, hey, something happened to this package.
That's
Unless
true.
you 100% believe it was your packing.
It was double boxed. It was wrapped in a million things. It was so strange. A chunk of metal like broke right off it. It was weird.
that. Is
Yeah, I'll do that just so they
Yeah.
know. It only went to Ohio. Like it was not a very far
not like
trip
a
either.
California trip, huh?
No, it was so
Interesting.
weird.
Yeah, I would go ahead and submit that claim. Now, a lot of my breakable ones, I've been doing FedEx home delivery, and they pay, not that I've had many claims, but I have had 2 claims in the past 2 years with FedEx, and they paid them both, and they were higher dollar value items. They paid them both, no
Nice.
problem. So
That's good to know.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully that helps a little bit for those of us shipping bigger items, and the rates are reasonable for the FedEx home delivery. They're often
I'll
a
have to
lot
look into
cheaper than
that.
Priority.
I do a lot of UPS because the hardware store is like a block away and they're a drop off point.
Mhm.
And those usually aren't too bad either for bigger stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I really
do
wish.
UPS as well. I haven't never had to submit a claim though, so I don't know I don't know how that works.
Me neither. I really wish U-Ship was more of a thing around here. I see a lot of people in bigger areas using that, and
Mhm.
A lot of people sell furniture, and then they can just use this. I'm assuming you go on the app, you say what you have, what size it is, and then people that like truck drivers and stuff that have routes going by you can say, hey, I'll take that with me on my next load, and you set it up that way. We're in the middle of nowhere, so that would never work here, but
you might be surprised. You never know. I've used U-Ship, I don't know,
I was going to ask you.
100 times, a lot. I've used U-Ship a lot. Generally, I have the buyers arrange and get the quotes and arrange with the delivery service. So it takes that off my plate. I'm not worried about giving them quotes. They can decide if the shipping is amount they're willing to pay and negotiate that. And I don't get involved in that. I just say, let me know, when the person is coming, once you make arrangements. And it's been great. And a lot
do
of
you
times they
do
go
a lot
to
of
very
furniture
rural
for that?
areas. I have furniture. Yeah. It's usually furniture. I'm trying to think of other things, couple like industrial, like business industrial pieces. I've used U-Ship for, but usually it's furniture. And a lot of times they do go to rural places. A lot of these drivers are coming from the middle of nowhere. and you might be the start point on their route. So yeah,
Right.
check it out. If you guys have questions on UShip, I can probably help you out on that because I love that service. I think it's great. Yeah.
Furniture scares the heck out of me.
Just for the shipping process?
Yeah, I don't know. That just I don't want it. I guess if the buyer is setting it up, I didn't realize
Right.
that was even an option.
If you
But I
do it
didn't
that
want
way.
it to like sell and like, oh yeah, I want this, and then it sits here and I can't get it or coordinate it or.
Yeah,
I like
found
marketplace, but you definitely don't
yeah.
get as much for stuff like that.
You don't get the view, and it's surprising what people will pay when they want something to have it delivered. Yeah, it's really been positive, and putting it in the buyer's hands. I know on the eBay for Business podcast, the last podcast, they talked about large items, shipping, things like that, and the freight process to me is so utterly complicated and convoluted. And I think you put yourself at risk of misquoting. I think it really needs some work. I know they're working on it, but I like to put it in the buyer's hands and let them do all the arrangement. And I haven't had an issue with that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mark,
That gives
We
me a
have
little
an
more
episode on
confidence.
that too. I'm going to have, actually, I'll link it up. I'll link up the episode on large items, and hopefully that, helps a couple of people out that have those large items that want to put them on eBay. And a lot of the other thing, I'm going to say one more thing about this because it's a good subject. A lot of times the people that are buying those large furniture items on eBay already have a shipper. They already have a shipper. Like for instance, I know a good one. So my dad had done some architectural salvage, like from torn down buildings and stuff. And he had this cool railing from an old train station. Literally, I put it on eBay. It was local pickup. Somebody bought it. And they were like, my driver is going to be there in 2 weeks to pick this item up. And the driver came, picked it up. And that was all there was to it. That was all there was to it. My driver's coming to pick it up. And it ended up going out to California, but they were building a house in St. Thomas. It went all the way back to St. Thomas.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have to find the pictures of that. But anyway, so that's always an option. Like when you're putting those large things up there that are large pickup, you're getting that audience. You never know what somebody is doing on the other end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your big thing when you decide that, like, I think furniture is easy to list. I like photographing furniture. I like listing it. I think to me, the biggest thing, especially if you decide to take it out of your hands, put it on the owner's hands for shipping, and you offer local pickup for anybody, because we've had people drive hours, days to pick up something that they wanted. People are willing to, I'll vacation over there, hang on to it, I'll come get it. To me, the biggest thing is storage. Do you have space to store furniture?
Right.
That's a big issue. So
collaboration is a great thing. I have a local lady who does furniture. She has like 2 garages and she loves doing furniture, and she consigns her smaller stuff with me because she doesn't like eBay. It intimidates her. And whenever I do like an estates clean out or storage unit or anything like that, I immediately call her for first dibs on furniture, and she normally cleans me out of it. It's a quick flip. We both make good deals, and so that works out pretty good.
Love it.
That's a good tip right there.
Collaboration over competition.
And she doesn't do a lot of like redoing the furniture, so she'll take whatever is like good to go, can sell it at the flea market like the next weekend, and she takes that. And then I have somebody else that her business is redoing all the furniture and flipping it, so then I call her with all the leftovers and make her a good deal, and that's pretty good.
I mean, those quick flips, that's my thing. Like the less you have to move something, touch it. Like if you can get rid of it right there. Yeah. I like to get good deals.
Because my husband's garage used to be filled with things, and that didn't make him happy. So
I would think not. Right now I'm happy because I've got stuff filled in mine.
It sounds like Samantha has a good solution for that kind of stuff if you're doing that. Yeah.
So you were saying storage units. Have you bid on storage units? Like bought like
So our storage units, man, we don't have a lot of turnover up here. People have had these units for 30 years. But I do have a friend that owns a complex, and then my brother worked for a guy that owned a complex, and so my brother would call me and he's like, yep, they're cleaning this one out today, everything's going to the dumpster, get over here. And
Nice.
I'd load my truck with stuff and hand them like $30, and they'd be like, great, cool, fantastic.
Sweet.
I turn around and sell all the furniture for $100 and then start listing the smaller stuff on eBay, and it was quick and easy. But it's not like, we have a lot of storage units around here, but they don't get a lot of sales or do any auctions or anything like that.
Gotcha. That's a great connection to have, though, or connections to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know where your
in a
next
while
lot's
it
going
really
to come
works
from.
out. Yeah.
You just know if you're open and you have yourself out there, and it's amazing what comes of that. It's amazing what comes of that.
That's so cool.
So shipping, let's get back. So shipping, we had a lot of talk about shipping. What were some of the, I mean, we got a lot of good tips in the community, a lot of good tips and tricks on shipping. And I know your mom is just starting and learning the process for shipping and how to handle all that. So what do you think are her main issues for somebody just starting from the ground up?
So my mom's a little spoiled, and then she's going to be like the first person to watch this episode. So, because she supports me very much. She's fantastic. She's one of my biggest cheerleaders, but she's spoiled because she comes and she uses my Rolo. She just brings her laptop and she brings her items and she says, "Here, I brought some tissue paper," and she loads me up on cute little stickers, and I ship her items for her. So that being said, she's getting better. She's learning it, and it takes time, and you got to have help. Sure. She has like just a regular paper printer, and she couldn't get it to work last night, which I've been printing all of her stuff anyways. So I don't know why she waited to try to do it last night. But she texts me at like 10 o'clock at night, and she's like, "What happens if I'm late on my shipping?" And I'm like, well, that's not good. You've only sold so many things. It's a percentage ratio. Like if I were late a day on shipping, it wouldn't be such a big deal because I'm never late on my shipping. But if you do, it's gonna ding you pretty good. So I walked her how to do a QR code, because I said, if you do it, she couldn't print anything. I said, well, if you do the whole process, put in your weights and your measurements and all that stuff, and then instead of print label, you hit QR code, it'll email you that code, you write it on your package, and you just take it to the post office in the morning, and they will print the label, and it'll still show that it was printed at the right time and all that stuff. So walked her through that. It's been a while since I did that, so it was good to walk through the process.
A little refresher for you.
You were doing that in the beginning. You would have your stack of packages. I remember that, and you'd
I did it for about a year. I was pretty much just QR codes because I didn't have a printer, and I don't like paper printers. They always break no matter which ones you get. There's always something wrong.
And the ink.
Yeah, I think that QR code is a great tip. Like for somebody just starting, if you don't have a printer, right? Like you're just working for, you can easily make that work and take that into your post office. Simple solution.
And then you still get the eBay shipping discounts, because for a while, I was going in to the post office and just paying for postage because I didn't have a printer. And then you don't get any discounts or anything. You're paying full price, sometimes more than what they charge them. So yeah, this way you still get the discount, and then you just bring it in. And the post office people, at least my people, they love it. It's a lot less work than them actually going through the whole process. They just type in that little number or scan your phone, and it pops out.
Oof. I feel, Libby, a short out of this.
Yes. I think that is a really good idea.
Tutorial on how to do the QR code.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep an eye, y'all, on YouTube. Upcoming short on how to do QR code.
Yeah, and that may, people are scared of shipping or they don't have the setup. That is an awesome way to get started and keep it simple.
Yeah.
Simple's good.
That's what I constantly talk about my Rolo. I mean, these things pay for themselves in like a month, I swear. But they're really expensive. And my mom looked it up and she's like, "You paid what?" And I'm like, nope, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, I was having that conversation with somebody the other day, and a friend the other day, and I said, they were like, should I take out money? I don't know if I should spend on this. And I was like, well, why don't you make enough in sales and make sure your business supports it and buy it out of your business proceeds. Like, don't go into debt buying all the, things and all the things, right? Don't buy all the things.
Isn't that the glory of consignment? We don't have to put money up front. People bring us stuff.
Right.
And other than a few shipping supplies right off the bat, but I cannot believe how many boxes a salon gets. My cousin owns a salon down the street, and every week she drops off all their shipping supplies from their hair dye and all their whatever they order.
Oh,
and
really?
I never need, I have other people to bring stuff too, but just her alone, like the boxes and the bubbles and the paper, I'm good. I order a couple polymailers, and other than that.
Yeah. So the salon. So my mom owns a salon.
I was about to say, Jane's got a salon.
Oh, I never even mentioned. I never even thought to mention it. But she brings me the best boxes, because if you think about it, like shampoo, if you're shipping a liter of shampoo to us, those boxes are incredibly sturdy. Sometimes they have these awesome dividers. Yeah.
I'm right now thinking
get rid of them.
I'm going to my salon and talking to them about saving me boxes now.
Yeah. They love it because they pay for a dumpster, and their dumpster would just fill up with cardboard. Like, what a waste. So they literally just on their way home, they drop it off on my porch. I'll open my door the next morning and go, oh, we have a ton of boxes.
Yeah.
Love it.
It works so good.
That is really, so what else with shipping do you think might, like a sticking point, I want to say, maybe with somebody just starting shipping?
Definitely measure, weigh your things ahead of time. No, you can't just guess. You can try to estimate, but it's really hard when you're first starting. You got to try to weigh things. And my mom used a kitchen scale because that's what she's got. And she doesn't have big items, so that works just fine. To start with things around your house. But yeah, definitely weighing things and getting a feel for I can pick something up now and go, oh, that's about 2.3 pounds. I can.
Right.
But when you're first starting, oh my God, the first thing I ever sold on eBay, this was years and years ago, was like a play school, little playhouse, dollhouse type thing, just plastic. I thought it would only be a couple pounds. I knew nothing about packaging, first of all. So I don't know how that thing didn't break. But I remember I sold it for $30 or something, which was, oh my God, I sold something. And my husband brought it to the post office for me, and he came back and he was like, cool, it costs $25 to ship it. And I'm like, it what? I don't even know if I charged shipping then. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm pretty sure I lost money when it was all said and done on that thing. It was bad.
We've all done it. We've all done it.
Yep. I think it's part of the learning process. And you never did that again, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. I just make it part of my process. I, keep the tape measure, and as soon as I'm done measuring, it goes right on the scale. Measure, scale, measure. I don't even guess anymore. I just go ahead and do, even though I know shirts are under pound, 5 ounces, 7 ounces. And I just,
thanks to you guys, I'm going to incorporate that into my business. I have to confess, it is not something that was part of my process. Sorry.
Listen, she learns from us too.
Yes. I definitely need to get better. I definitely need to get better with that, especially now with shipping rates going up. Before, it was just, all right. It wasn't, I knew it was over a pound, under a pound, whether it was going to be first class, I knew all of that stuff. But yeah, I think just having that in there is so much better.
I don't add my measurements to my listing if it's clothing until I ship it. When I'm going to do my label, then once I package it, I'll do a quick measurement. But I do add that to any kind of substantial weight box.
Yes.
That I'll put in the listing if it's calculated shipping and they're paying for it. I put it all in the listing right out of the bat. But my typical clothing, which is typically free shipping to our buyers, I don't do the measurements until I ship.
Right. Yeah. Because with clothing, it's either under a pound or it's not. It's a heavy jacket or something. But yeah. Yeah, I do the same thing. If it's like a big, I have this giant wooden dollhouse thing right now, and that has all the specifics in there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a biggie.
I had to Frankenbox the heck out of this thing, and then the person canceled, so it's just sitting here all boxed up and ready to go.
Oh, it's ready for the next lucky buyer.
Yeah. It'll feel good to have that done. Feel good to have
There's
that.
nothing like a good Frankenbox. And remember back in the day, Libby, we were Frankenboxing and didn't even know that it was a Frankenbox. We'd get snowboards and we're like, what do we do with the snowboard? And we're like, have it on the floor of the store, and there's two of us and we're doing Pilates while we're trying to wrap it up. And yeah.
I wasn't shipping from home. I was bringing my stuff elsewhere, and I sold. My brother is a mechanic and brings me the weirdest car parts, snowmobile engines, windows. I sell some weird stuff. So I had these, it was for a C10 truck, and they were like those rectangle windows and like the old like 70s, I think they were even 60s. And I had a bunch of them. So they have big long metal piece and then the rectangular window. I would walk into my local pack and ship and say, okay, guys, I sold another one. And they would just go, all right, let's figure this out. I went through like 8 of them. And finally I was like, this is the last one. And they're like,
I promise we're done.
Oh yeah. That sounds like a nightmare to ship. That sounds like a nightmare to ship.
The very last one I did myself. I found one when I was cleaning something out. These things are haunting me. I had one stashed away, and I sold it within like 24 hours of listing it. They definitely, car parts sell. And I shipped it all by myself. So, and I had to cut down an old TV box and everything, but I did all by myself.
Girl.
Oh yeah.
Go, girl. I love it. That's awesome.
So I'm curious do we have anything else we want to talk about from the community? Because if not, I have a question or two for you.
All right.
I got an email last night.
Oh.
Because I am a Consign Cloud member, and they announced a fantastic partnership with you guys to invite everyone to our community.
Yes.
So welcome people that are here from Consign Cloud.
I know, this is really exciting. Molly and I had been meeting with John over the course of the past, maybe 2 months, and coming up with, we just love their software, their mission, their customer support. And we're so excited to be able to show our C chatters a good way to manage your consignments and bring all that knowledge to the forefront. And we're excited to welcome Consign Cloud users into our community. And
yes, I am one. I've been using it for years.
Yes, you and Michelle of Salvage Garden were the ones that turned me on to Consign Cloud. And in our business, we are in the middle of doing a transition to Consign Cloud, which is going to be great. We're really excited to work with a company that embraces community, customer support, and is able to provide those things. So
transitions are hard, but Jonathan and his team are like always there to help. They're so hands-on and easy to contact. So it'll go well.
And we're going to have him on as a guest.
Yay! Yep.
Yes, he's going to be a guest. So
he is going to be here in August talking to us and his mission and how the history of Consign Cloud and how they help people out.
Awesome.
So
good stuff.
We're excited to be bringing all of that. Very excited. Because managing your consignments can be overwhelming if you let it be. It can be a little overwhelming. So.
Well, there's so many different ways that work for so many different people. When I see the spreadsheets that people like Ashley do at A&B Consignment, I'm like, my brain can't grab that. But when I use software, I'm like, okay, this is my jam.
Yeah. Right. It's so easy.
Yeah, my husband's a spreadsheet guy. My brain is not spreadsheet friendly. It's just not. It doesn't work with a spreadsheet. So I love a good platform to help me manage my inventory.
Now, I love spreadsheets, but I don't have the time to spend managing all of that stuff that the software manages. Like, I love me a good spreadsheet, but there is no way we could do the volume of business or service our consigners the way we do now if we
On a spreadsheet.
It just wouldn't be possible.
Yeah.
I love Excel. I love spreadsheets. I used a spreadsheet for several years before doing Consign Cloud. My problem is I'm constantly tweaking my spreadsheet and I'm always adding things and doing things. And now I just chat with Jonathan and his team and say, hey, have you thought about this? Or it'd be cool if you add this. And then a couple months later, it's just in there and I didn't have to do anything.
I love it.
It's so cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome. All right. Anything else we want to talk about from the community as we wrap up this episode of Samantha Speaks?
I don't have anything. What were your questions, Libby?
I was just curious. We've been talking a lot about community in July, and on our roundtable, you, with your business, we're thinking about planning some initiatives to connect with your community, sorting with Samantha to connect with your community and pull people into your business and be able to give back in a new way.
Yep. I haven't done any of that yet, but it's still there.
It's a work in progress.
I got my notes up there staring at me, but yes, the first step of that is I'm getting back into my Facebook groups. I run a local garage sale group. I run an auction group, and I haven't been very present in those as a seller. I've been in there as an admin and doing those things, but not as a seller and showing people my business and connecting. I used to deliver to a lot of elderly people. They bought from me all the time and I would just drop it off on their doorstep. And I got away from that when I was so busy with my previous job and stuff. So that's the first step. The last couple of weeks I have been posting more and getting back into that. So we'll do that. And then, yeah, I definitely want to find the right fit for an organization around here and make sure I can do like some Conchi Connect type things and do that with my community. So it's a work in progress.
It's going to be exciting to follow that journey. I want to ask you about that every month because it's going to be really exciting to follow that journey.
Here's your accountability, Samantha. We're going to
perfect.
What's going on?
Yeah.
We love a good accountability partner. All right. Oh my gosh. Fun, always fun that we could sit here and just talk, good information. Libby's going to change something in the way she does it just from this chat today.
Yep. It's time.
How about that? I love it. So next month you'll be active in our community. So we get to have you back again next month. We love it. So
yeah. Yep. And Samantha is part of our Patreon group, so you can hear about what she's doing and get some awesome advice as well. Give us a thumbs up on the video if you haven't already. And all the places to find us are at consignmentchats.com. Any questions? We are there.
We are there. All right, y'all. Until next time.
Cheers.
There's that cute little cup I love. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for joining Libby and Molly, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we build a resourceful community of collaborative resellers. Find all the ways to connect with us at consignmentchats.com. Episodes are available on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. In addition, you can find us on Facebook in our Consignment Chats community. Until next time.